So this link will take you to a window that looks like this, and rearrange your angle so that one side is flat and the other one, bring it together. And you'll see the number changes as you close the gap between the two sides, then the number is smaller. Once you open it, it's bigger. That number is called the measure of the angle. We say that the angle right now is 81 degrees. And when you make it smaller, the degree is smaller. Up until when the sides totally close up and no gap between them, there is a 0 angle between them. Okay, and we'll start from here. So if we open it up, let me grab this one. You're gonna have to grab the right side. I'm gonna have this lay by itself. And you see if I drag this side up, it goes in a circle motion. Notice that it is circular. And when we open up circularly bigger, our angle measure, the number, is bigger. So here is a 43-degree angle. And if we bring it to straight, so one of our sides straight up and the other side is straight across, we get a 90-degree angle. You might remember this angle has a special name. We'll talk about it later. And if we keep going, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you might see that when it is flat, we get 180 degrees. So every quarter of a way open is 90. So here's 90. So another 90 is 180. We can go in a full circle and keep going. And another 90 degrees, 270. And a full circle is 360 degrees. Okay. So we can keep, and so you can play with this more by yourself. You can pause the video if you would like and get a little bit more familiar with angles. After you had a practice, I hope you're a little bit more comfortable now. So then let's look at the different types of angles. There are certain names to different types of angles. Angles that are measures less than 90 degrees, and so a little bit smaller than straight up and down, those are called acute angles. Here are a few pictures of acute angles. Another type is actually exactly 90 degrees. That's called a right angle. And you will symbolize right angles with that square mark at the corner. Any right angle needs to be labeled that way. And finally, we have obtuse angles, which are greater than 90 but less than 180. So the farthest we will go is 180 degrees. And they look like this. A language tip for everybody. To describe the size of angles, we say measure. So for example, we can ask, what is the measure of that angle? And we can answer, the measure of that angle is 45 degrees. We can also say an acute angle measures less than 90 degrees. You should see that the pizza angle and the other object, those are two acute angle objects. In the middle, we have the 3 o'clock, that is a 90 degree with the 12 o'clock needle. And of course, the windows are 90 degrees. On the other side, we have the staircase. The stair handles is open at an obtuse angle. And the building, the wood has also an obtuse angle. So we actually can find angles in various things every day. So here's our first checkpoint. So far, what have you learned? Answer the following questions. What is the difference between a hexagon and a heptagon? You can change it for different polygons if you would like. The second question is, what is the difference between an acute angle and an obtuse angle? There are two different types of responses that you can use. I have 2 sentence frames. And you can also use the words from the word bank. Again, you don't have to. Those are there to help you phrase your thinking. And this will be the end of our first video.